Hey everybody, Kara here. I filmed opening the package from Amazon, and when I went to review it, it had somehow switched over to slow motion. So what was meant as a 5-minute, not even, video turned out to be something far worse. So I just deleted it, and I'll just have to show you. These are the masks that I just received in the mail, and I absolutely love them. This is a punk art piece, sort of a half mask. What do you think? Anyway, it's gorgeous. Oh, I got it upside down. There, that's how it goes, like that. Good improvement. There's another one. I'm going to put these on some canvases. This is really cool. This is a sort of Roman kind of face mask. I really like it. And then there's that one right there. But it goes like that. And it's got punk art. I really, really like this piece especially. Take the straps off when I'm ready to do it. I'm going to take them off right now, but I will when I'm ready, because I will likely hang them up in the meantime so they don't get damaged. I'll post that, and then I'll get back to making another video and show you. Oh, you know what I'm going to show you is I used that Liquitex. It's not bad, you know. I used the Liquitex high gloss varnish. I'll show you what it is. And the only reason I'm showing you is because it's a good product and I really, really like it. You don't need much. There's a mosquito. You don't need much. I just put a little bit in the center and then I kind of moved it around. I had gloved hands, and then I just very carefully spread it out more. It says if you over mix it or handle it too much once it's on the canvas or on your product, it has the potential of drying cloudy. So I think this is pretty good. I did that piece a couple of years ago. Anyway, it gives it a nice finish to it. I really like it. And it says not to put it on anything that has any kind of oil in it. So I thought, well, I'll use a small canvas to test it. And that's what I would recommend if anybody out there wants to try it as well. Don't just go on my word. Try it yourself on something small. Do some testing with it. But that turned out really nicely. It dried beautifully. You know, turned out really nicely. I like it. So I'll likely put a couple more coats on it and see if we can get a sort of a resin shine finish on it, because I did see somebody post there they are. I saw somebody post the videos of a picture that they did. They said they put about 2 or 3 coats of this Liquitex on, so I'm going to do the same thing and see if I can get the same kind of finish that this other person got. I can't remember who it was. Anyway, it says to stir this slowly. So what I did when I did it before, when I did the first coat, was I just tipped it up and down like that, just to make sure that you don't want to shake it because it'll get air bubbles in it and then you'll be in a mess. And it's a freaking mosquitoes driving me crazy. I don't know, man. We need the bats back. We really need our bats back. When we moved here to this house about 10 or 11 years ago, maybe even longer, we had tons of bats out in our back 40. It was wonderful. It was like a light show at night, As I'd turn on the light over top of the pond and the bats would come out and they'd get all the mosquitoes. And now that our bats are almost extinct. I don't know what's quite happening with it yet, but we have a few bat houses in our backyard to try and attract, if anything, some more. So we're hoping hoping, but some sort of mold took them out. Well, I think what happened was the global warming, whether you believe it or not, we had a really warm last part of a winter a few years back, and it was so warm that the bats woke up from hibernation, and when they woke up, a lot of them, I think, starved because things were still frozen, and the bugs weren't out in the air, and there was some kind of a mold or fungal that they got, and ended up really, it was the demise of them. And I miss them because now I've got nothing but frickin' mosquitoes this year. And because we have a pond out back, we have even more, because they love water, right? But we've got a pond that's going to have frogs in it. We get frogs in our pond every year, and we get, what else? Oh, we have a mum and dad ducks that come and stay with us for a couple of weeks every spring. They've been coming back here every year since I can remember, or maybe different ducks over the years. But they come and they lay their eggs somewhere out there in the woods, and then they swim around in our pond, and it's kind of cool. So we don't when they're out there, we don't go near the pond, because if you scare ducks away once, they won't come back. I know that because when I lived out west, I had a swimming pool, and the ducks decided that they were going to use my swimming pool in the spring as their pond, and it didn't sort of go over very well because I needed to put some chemicals in it, and I didn't want to hurt them. So I phoned the Humane Society, Wildlife Services, and they said just go out and bang the broom on the deck a couple of times and they'll go, and they won't ever come back. And so I did that, and I never had a problem after that. It wasn't necessarily a problem, but I wanted to swim, and I couldn't because the ducks were in the pond. So it's like it's either them or me, and I chose me, especially because I was working a lot of night shifts at that time at the hospital, and I used to come home, I'd sleep for a while in the morning in my own bed, and then I would go out on my floaty and sleep the rest of the day out in the sunshine. And I had a white cat, his name was Wizard, and he used to float around with me. So anyway, there's the second coat done, and it's really shiny now. We'll see how it dries. Hopefully, she says it'll be good. Except I feel like, all right, well, I think I'm going to just put a little bit more on here and kind of wish it around instead, right? Like that. Just want to make it as even as possible, right? There. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Just stick it on the fan a little bit. See if I can get it going a little bit more faster. There. It's very shiny. Shiny, shiny. Alright. I'm going to turn you off, and then I'll come back with another video of a piece that I'm going to do today. See you soon.